It's been forever. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Finally, I am back. And hopefully by tomorrow, I will be officially back because tomorrow we go and get dressed and stitches taken out. Hopefully, that means all clear. I can come back upstairs.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So we've got Amy says, "Hi, everyone. I'm currently reading Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. I'm on page 75 of 305. I'm not sure I like this book yet. The storyline is good, but the MC is annoying."
Oh, no.
La 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 la.
Hi, Dreams says, "Hi, everyone. Tonight I'm reading Caught Dead-Handed by Carol J. Perry. Yay, I like that series.
Excellent.
Alicia says, "Hello. Continuing to read Midnight Spells Murder, a Happy Camper Mystery by Mary Angela. Very good, cute."
Nice.
Cool.
And Not Enough Bookshelf says, "Hi, everyone. I'm reading Up to No Gouda."
Excellent.
And hi, Janelle. It's too fun to
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I'm reading Murder Most Persuasive by Tracy Kiley. Is the third book in a series. I'm on page 25. Cool.
It's so good to see you, Janelle.
And Amy says, "I'm getting Outlander books 1 through 4 box set for my birthday. Sarah, when are you, buddy, reading book 2 so that I know how long I have to read book 1?
We were talking about that just the other day because I haven't reread Outlander #1, so probably January. Give everybody the holidays, the rest of the year, and we'll read Voyager. No, not Voyager. Dragonfly and Amber in the new year.
Cool, because that gives me my what might be a Nora November.
And I've got a readathon that I'm kind of thinking about doing in December. So
and any kind of Christmassy stuff that might be happening in December. Yeah. Cajun says, "Hello, everyone. Reading Chili Cauldron Curse."
I'm reading number 2 in that series. That's what I'm reading tonight.
Nice.
I wasn't a huge fan of the 0.51, and I thought the first one was okay, but I do need to read the second one to kind of... With her book, sometimes it takes me a couple of books to really decide where I'm going to put that series on her series that I've read, because The Tourist Trap will always be my favorite since that's the very first cozy mystery series I ever read. So, Nice. And Jenny says, "Hi, everyone. Going to be planning my October TBR tonight. I feel so behind. It's only the 3rd.
We're good.
I agree with you because I thought today it was the 8th already. Like, how did I lose 5 days already?
Don't speed us up that quickly, though.
It's like, what?
And Nadine says, "Hi, I have 5 chapters and epilogue left of Isn't It Bromantic by Lisa K. Adams, number 4 in the Bromance Book Club series. It's so good, the Russian story."
It was my favorite of the 4.
Hi, Hannah says, "Hi, everyone. Going to be reading Hostage by Claire McIntosh at 70%. And I'll be shocked if I give this book a 3-star rating." Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
It sounds...
It's a thriller.
It sounds like a thriller.
That's what she's known for. I've only read one of hers. I liked it, but I haven't read any other ones. So it's like I was gonna ask her, "How are you liking it?" But she put it down there already. So I was like, okay. And Nancy says, "Hi, everyone. Reading Murder on the Prowl by Rita Mae Brown."
Nice.
And Lauren says, "Good evening, everyone. I'm reading Bad Neighborhood by Maya Chase." And Jessica says, "Hello, everyone. I'll be working on my homework in the first sprint. When I get that done, I'll be reading Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwartz."
Nice.
And Jesse says, "Hi, everyone." And Cav says, "Hi, everyone. I just finished up an audiobook, like 5 minutes left. Then I am at a loss. Cozy or romance, historical or contemporary? Decisions.
Contemporary romance.
Those are some decisions." Yeah, see, and I would have said historical romance. So
There you
I
go.
would have said cozy mystery.
Right?
I would
You're
have
the tiebreaker.
I would have said contemporary or cozy mystery.
There you go.
So you narrowed it down to 2. And Book Fan says, "Hi, everyone. Just started The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes."
I hope you love it. I just finished that one this weekend.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Was it like the best one out of the series, or because isn't it a trilogy, right?
It's a trilogy, and it like made a lot of sense.
So like, if you're not really feeling it, keep going until the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. Just kind of roll with it. That's what I did through a lot of it. I'm like, okay, you're just making up stuff to make up stuff. Let's move along. And it made sense in the end. So
That's cool because I do want to read that at some point. So that's why I was wondering.
yeah.
Hi, Anita says, hi, everyone. Tonight I'm reading Dark and Snowy Night by Sally Goldenbaum.
Nice.
And Jessie says, I will be reading Halloween Husbands. Cool.
Good choice.
And Jessica says, hello, everyone. I'll be reading and hopefully finishing Butterflies by BC.
Ooh.
Finished that one yesterday.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Tiffany. And Melmac says, hi, Storm. Hi, Lee. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Steeped in Death by Gretchen Rue. It's a Witch's Brew #1.
How
She's
far are you?
excited to be reading this one, so hopefully it's a good one.
I'm looking forward to it
How
too.
far are you in, and are you enjoying it? Because I think I'm going to start that very soon with a buddy read too.
And Amy says, sounds good. Gives her plenty of time to get that big chunk of red.
Right? You and me both.
He says, hello. Reading Emma Straub's book, The Time Tomorrow. Mel McNord. Yeah. And Hannah says, ooh, gives us more clues on a potential readathon.
Hannah, I'm
Category
also going.
Christmas.
There you go.
Hannah, I'm going to send you a message on the Discord when we start our sprints. I have something that I floated out to these ladies, and I'm want to send it to you and a couple others and see if you're interested for December. So I'll send that to you in the first print.
I figured it might be Christmas readathon related category romance, maybe.
Because other years I've done like a Christmas readathon, and I was like, oh, and I always put the category prompt on there, and I'm like, F it. This year, all category.
There you go.
Is Macy
And I'm just gonna do like a
Yates-
9-square bingo.
is
If
Macy
Cozy
Yates
can have her cozy Halloween with all cozies, you can do a category.
I can do it with the Harlequins. Yep.
on? Do what you want. Is Maisie Yates category romance?
She has written for the Desire line, and she's written for the Presents line. So it would have to be not just a Maisie Yates novel, but I'm going to be that person. And it's got to be. And I'm usually one that's like, do what you want. But no, it's got to actually be a Harlequin category romance.
Oh yeah, I don't think these were Harlequin. Although I did get a couple because I went to a library book sale on Friday.
Ooh.
They'll be easy enough to find, Lee.
I have a library book sale coming up this weekend too.
I did. It was a piece of disappointment. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me sad.
That's a
It was
bummer.
free. People were just grabbing stuff off the tables.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not really a sale.
You know.
And what it is a lot of those people like that with those free ones, they're probably resellers, and so they're just grabbing whatever. So that
That's
they can
exactly what I said, and I said it loudly too. And two people looked at me, and Garrett's like, "Shh!" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, because I mean, let people that actually want to read the books get some books too.
Right?
I mean, I'm going to go to our library sale, and I'm probably going to scout out some that I might sell on eBay or whatever it is. But I'm going there for myself too, and I'm not going to be like the.
And you're paying for them.
Yeah, and we have ours
Right?
are usually I don't know how it's going to be this year, but usually it's $1 for hardbacks and 50 cents for paperbacks.
That's what ours was, except on Saturday, I wish I had known that, was any bag you bring in for $4 if you fill it up. So I wish I
Wow.
had known that.
Yeah,
Yes.
ours usually it cuts at half price by the last day of the sale.
Mm,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like you go in and you pay your dues doing the $1 or the 50s, and then I go back on the last day and I
Right.
look through and see if there's anything else and get it for like cheaper or whatever. So. And Cajun says the Tourist Trap took a couple of books for her to really get into it. She's looking forward to the next one. I'm glad. He wants October to fly.
No, I don't want it to go by. I was just like, wait, I don't know why I thought the 8th, but no, I don't want it to. This is my favorite month of the year. I don't want it to fly by.
And my friend's like, why is it so cold? Why is it so cold? Because I guess she's going to have some that's like the 30s in the nighttime. And I'm like,
Ooh.
we do have a couple coming up that the days are going to be in the 60s. And I said, that's why I have mixed feelings about fall. because
night
it's
it
like,
got down
it
to
could either
30.
go cold or it could stay hot, and I don't like the cold.
We went out yesterday morning and I had my sweater on. I got in the car and I said to Garrett, I go, Bird. He goes, no, shut up. You asked for this. You're damn right I did.
Yeah.
Turning the heat on in the car.
Okay, so Lee, what are you going to be reading tonight?
I am going to be reading No Parm, No Foul by Linda Riley.
Yay!
Nice.
I want to get to that, but it probably won't be this month.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fall?
It's Halloween and it's Halloween
Is it-
themed, so
Is it okay?
I thought that's why they were doing like the readathon for it.
Yeah.
Or not readathon, but Buddy Read.
yeah, Buddy Read.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I might be able to fit it in then. I hope.
What about you, Tiffany? What are you reading?
I'm reading Two Wicked Desserts by Lynn Cahoon. I'm at 71%.
Yay.
Are you enjoying it? Are you liking it? Or is it just okay?
It's okay. It's not my favorite series by her, but I like it.
What about you, Sarah?
I love all the themed reading. I'm all about the themed reading.
Yeah.
Which You Gonna Do by Avery Flynn.
Which
This book is freaking
I
amazing.
want to
Okay.
read that one.
Our main character keeps breaking the fourth wall. You know, like she'll talk
Yeah.
to the reader and she'll be like, "But we're friends now, right? I can tell you this." And I'm like, "I love this book."
So
Is
I
it-
can
what
see
genre is
people
it?
not liking that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right, for that reason, but I love it.
What
I
genre is it?
Romance.
It's a fantasy romance.
Okay, sorry.
don't know if you can see it, but just for Tiffany, the spooky clown.
Luckily, I'm blind and I couldn't. All I could see was color.
Anyway, it's Empty Smiles by Catherine Arden, and it's the fourth and final book in the Small Spaces. Is it quartet? What they call that when it's only four?
Quartet, yeah.
And I'm liking it so far, but I'm a little worried about how it's going to end because I shouldn't do it, but I kind of browsed what people were rating it, and there was a lot of 2 stars because they didn't like how it ended. So I'm like, ew.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, because it's the last one. I don't want it to be disappointing. When I get done with that, I do need to work on the Zombie Stone because yes, I'm still working on that one. It was a rollover from last month, and I got so excited about the books that I had for this month that I read some of those instead of this one. So I'm like, I really need to go back and read that one.
Read that.
That's a thing.
And so it is 17 after. So let's go ahead and read to the top of the hour. Is that okay with everybody?
Sounds great.
Absolutely.
Happy reading, everyone.
Happy
reading.
So how did everybody do?
Did good. I got to chapter 4. And now I'm hungry for grilled cheese.
That's one thing
Yeah.
about that series.
Mm-hmm.
Always hungry for grilled cheese. I got to chapter 19, so I'm doing good.
Nice. I only read about 5% because I had dinner, which was pasta, leftover pasta.
Pasta. Yeah.
I am at 96% on
Ooh.
Wow.
almost. And
Nice.
let's see. Jessica says, I'm slowly getting out of the end of September slump, and I've been thinking it's the 7th already and woke up like I need to finish Butterfly.
You know the feeling.
Okay, so Hannah says that it's a plane thriller, and the reveal of the group who took over the plane was really dumb and took me out of the story. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, those plane thrillers, how they do that, it has to be done right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just don't get it done right. And Jessica says that to Jessica Ann that she will be starting City of Ghosts after she finishes Butterfly.
Ooh.
And Roxy said, good evening, everyone. I'll be reading Bait and Witch. And I think that one's on a lot of people's DVR.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah says, I cut my hair, it was almost butt length, and now it's right under my breast. I got bangs, and I haven't had bangs since high school.
Wow. Good for
Good
you.
I haven't had bangs in a long time either. Part of me wants to, and then the other part's like, no, because I'll be doing this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stand in front of the mirror and I'll do the whole I'll do this and I'll be like, how does it look? I'm like, no.
Yeah. Then it's like, I'll have to get those little clippers because I'll always be wanting to put them back instead of having
Right.
them.
And I mess with my hair enough. That's the last thing I need.
And I missed my spot though. Any scary or thriller or suspense book recommendations, not cozy related, that are more than 500 pages?
Well, I'm out.
Stephen King.
I was going to say Stephen King is
Have
probably
you heard of Stephen
that.
King? No.
Okay. But seriously, if you haven't read The Shining by Stephen King, I would recommend that one because I do think it's around 500 pages. If not, it's pretty close. But that one was pretty spooky and creepy.
Random fun fact, because they were talking about it at work today, and you said Stephen King, so I was thinking Jack Nicholson, that for 40 years, Jack Nicholson thought his mom was his sister and his grandmother was his mother. Because
Really?
his mom had him at 18, and that was so controversial that the grandmother raised the mom as her sister, as the sister, but it was really the mom.
Wow.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Fun fact. Okay.
And then you can watch the Shining movie after you've like.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
And the Jack Nicholson one is the better. I have watched the other one with, I think it's Steven Weber that's in it, I think.
Oh, did they remake it?
I didn't know there
Yeah,
was
they remade it.
Mm.
It was a while back. And Jessica Ann says to Jessica Lynn, I really adore this series. And Romani says, hi everyone, I'm currently listening to Broken Bonds by Jabri on KU for read along, and the reverse harem romance definitely has a spooky mystery vibe, so suits the season. There we go.
Interesting.
Cool. Fun.
And Hannah says, okay, I'll be eagerly waiting. And I'm thinking maybe that's the readathon or whatever.
That's what I was
Tiffany
thinking.
was gonna message her.
Thing that you were talking about.
And I sent everybody here, well, you three a message as well.
And Sarah, category romance, never.
I know. I don't. I like them. They're okay.
She only likes them a little bit.
It's just an excuse for me to read them to try and actually get them read.
That's me with just all my books.
Mm-hmm.
And Jessica Lynn says, Jessica Ann, I have only read Gallant by her, but I loved it. And so I was like, I need to read this one in October.
I recommend Vicious and Villains if you haven't read those.
Yeah, I've only read one V.E. Schwab book, and it did not go over well. So,
Yeah. Other
And-
ones I read, no, but those two I love.
and so I'm a little leery, but I do want to read like the children one, the middle grade one. That one I think maybe I can handle. Hopefully,
Oh wait, did she not write the one about the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue?
that's the
That
one
book
that
was
I read.
Amazing. One of my favorite books last year or this year.
If it wasn't for a challenge, I would have DNF'd that book, but I read it all the way
Really?
through.
Oh, see, it's so interesting what people think of different books. I love it.
People either love that one or hate that one.
Yeah, there's
And then,
no
see,
gray
that was-
area with that.
It was for a prompt for this reading challenge, and it was to read a book that either people love it or they hate it, and that was the only one that I could really think of. So
I was
me
gonna
and
say it
my
was gonna
friend
be that or Verity.
me and my friend both read it, and we both struggled through it. So I was like,
Oh,
at least it's not me,
loved
just me. But yeah, and most people, it is a love or hate kind of book.
Mhm.
And Jessica Lynn says, I need to see what my category book what I have category book wise because my library sale has so many and I can't remember what I have and don't have.
I feel your pain. Like, oh wait, I already have a copy of this. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you have so many that you'd have to have like a notebook like this thick, you know.
I do. I'm
written down.
slowly compiling the list. I think I have over 1,000 physically.
Holy moly.
And I'm just amazed that whenever somebody says something, she's like, "Oh, I think that's."
Hold
that
on, and just knows
category."
exactly where it's at and whips it right out in like under a minute. Yeah.
Wait until I actually organize the shelves properly. My niece, it drives her crazy. She's like, Aunt Sarah, we need to fix these. They're not in the right order. Like, don't worry, kid. Once they're cataloged, come on over. We will fix them all.
Right.
That's funny.
Slave labor. I'm all about children labor.
I will. What do you do?
Uh-oh, Jessica Ann says that she was not a huge fan of Gallant, but I know a lot of people that absolutely love that one. So, you know, I think that's V. Schwab in particular. You either love her or you don't.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the thing I've seen. And Hannah says, I would have brought a giant trash bag. I can't be
I
trusted.
knew you. I know that. She's like, here's the 50 books that I got at a book sale.
For $4 because it was, you
Yeah.
know, bag day.
Right.
I'll pay double for this trash bag.
Hi, baby.
And Jessica Lynn says, oh no, now I'm worried. And Hannah said, it's going to be 49 as a low. I'm so stoked.
Wow.
We had some chilly ones, and I was downstairs with just this little teeny tiny blanket. And I'm like, I need my good blankets, but I was laying on them on the couch. So it's like, I had Dresden's blanket on me, and it's just like one of those like cheap ones you get at like the dollar stores. It's like really
Mhm.
thin, and it doesn't fit.
Oh.
And Jenny says, Sarah, I know you're a huge fan of Sarah Morgan. Have you read her Harlequin Presents Christmas book called The 12 Nights of Christmas?
No, I'll have to put that on my list.
What you gonna do? I love that title.
It was odd. It's awesome.
This title is amazing. Looking it up to, not
I
to.
think so too.
Sure.
Mhm.
You already added it.
I was like,
Yeah.
we all say we're just gonna look it up, but you know.
Then it gets,
Jessica Ann says that Jessica Lynn, the second book in a series, creeped me out a little, and I love middle grade. Okay, now I'm gonna have to look up the V.E. Schwab like middle grade ones and try. I have so many like creepy middle grade, like keep adding, and I'm like, I'm never gonna get to all these in October, but
Mm-mm.
that's okay. That's what middle grade March is for. And then middle grade May.
You got
Right?
it.
I need lots of months for middle grade. And hey, Jared says, howdy, just finished cooking dinner, sausage and potatoes, are ready to get some reading done.
Yeah.
And Jessica Lynn says, oh, I don't like creepy, but I like thriller, so hopefully I will enjoy it. And I think everybody's creep level is different too, so you just have to read it yourself and find out.
If it gets to it, put
Yeah.
the book down.
And Green Stick Cottage says, hi, y'all. I'll be reading the Lost Continent, Ring of Fire number 11, which will fit 3 of the prompts for middle grade to Halloween. All right, there you go.
Hi, Green Stick.
I know I'm like, I need my books to fit more like prompts so that I can get more coverage because it's like, I don't know. And Rosie says, "Hi everyone, I'm back to reading the X-Hex."
Oh, that was a good book
Oh,
too.
Rosie. Cairo.
And Janelle says, "I have to go make supper. Enjoyed with everyone. Have a good night." Oh, you're probably already gone, but night.
Yep.
Janelle.
Probably long gone.
Yeah. I tried to work on my homework, couldn't concentrate, so I read 13 pages. There you go.
I approve of that.
The only thing you could do. Right.
21, got to
Ooh,
50
close.
pages. 21.
Great job.
Made it to page 100 and butterflies. Is that like
You're
halfway
all there,
through?
Jessica.
Nice.
Is that like it's a short one?
170
So
pages.
that's more than halfway through,
Yeah.
probably, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, got to 91 pages, 82%. Finished Isn't It Romantic? Gave it a very strong 5 stars. The Russian make me want to start watching and learning
Did
about
you
hockey.
now, Nadine? Did you read it or did you listen to it on audio? Because on audio, I just love the voice of the Russian.
Is that series like super steamy?
Very.
Nadine. Hockey starts next week. We're in preseason now.
Oh, Garrett's already been watching the preseason.
I have too, but I can't stand preseason. I don't know why I watch it. I just get annoyed, and it doesn't obviously count towards points. So then I just get frustrated. But it's coming, like next week, Nadine. Yes.
So Storm, if you were able to read My Killer Vacation, like at least it's a
Yeah.
lot tamer than that.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Then I
so
could
it's
probably
tamer
handle
than
it.
that, but it still is spicy. Oh, and did you know, Tiffany, I'm going to a hockey game next Saturday.
N-
I'm going to
I
see the
don't-
Sabres in Tampa
Oh.
against my will.
Basically, she's going there with her Kindle, and
I'm pretty
he's
much going
watching
with
the
my
game,
Kindle.
and she's reading.
3 hour and
Oh,
because
la 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 la. No. You're
Garrett's
going
so
to New
excited
York
because-
then, right? You're going to New York.
yeah,
this
I'm
week?
going to New York State. Yeah, Garrett's excited because it's his team and he's never actually seen them play on their home turf. So he's
Oh, that's-
super stoked, and I get it. You know,
Yeah.
like
I know. It was so funny because I had somebody convinced. So St. Louis only comes one time to Tampa this year, and I had one of our friends. He was like, "I'll go with you," because we had our neighborhood thing, and I was like, "I need somebody to go with because I go a lot of places by myself and feel fine." But I wouldn't want to go to downtown Tampa to the hockey arena by myself, late at night and all that.
mhm.
So he's like, "Yeah, I'll go with you." And he's like, "When is it?" I'm like, "Damn," because it's Thanksgiving Day. And he's like, "Yeah,
no.
that's not gonna happen." I was like, "Oh, yeah." So now I gotta find someone. Most people don't like hockey enough as it is, but then I gotta convince somebody that you should leave on Thanksgiving Day and like.
Garrett sends me a text message. He always sends me texts about hockey, and like I care, right? And he's like, "Oh, the Winter Classic. I guess it's like some special game they play on New Year's Day or something.
They
It's going to be hosted at Fenway Park this year." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Okay, I
so-
might have to watch that."
So they play it outside. The Winter
Yes, and
Classic
that's it. He
is
says they're going
outside.
to put it
So,
at
like,
Fenway. Yeah.
in 2017, when it was in St. Louis, it was at Busch Stadium.
Oh, that's fun.
And so they it's amazing. It's amazing. And they have different jerseys for it. They have, and they usually only do one, but recently they've been doing 2 a year. But it's sometime right around the new year, like he's saying.
Yeah, Garrett said it was January 2nd.
Yeah.
So, see, look what you started, Nadine. Hockey talk.
My favorite, Nadine. Don't feel bad. No apologies needed.
So Cav said she compromised and listened to Which Way to Spellbinder Babe by Sam Short. It was a cozy while she made dinner, and next sprint going to read The Veterans Holiday Home by
Home.
Lee Tobin McLean. So,
That is on my
I
list to
like
get
it.
to this week, hopefully, Cav.
so she has 65 pages left.
Awesome. You can do it.
Hannah says The Shining is so good, right, Tiffany?
I wouldn't
Just
know,
kidding.
Hannah. I wouldn't know. Ooh.
I like the one with Jack Nicholson. So I'm like, no.
I didn't know there was this
Hannah's
another
wrong.
one.
Hannah's wrong. he made a perfect like villainy guy. He always makes a perfect villainy guy to me though. Mel Max said, "Good grief, I get scared enough by little bits of The Shining that's shown in Twister during the drive-in scene." That was
I love that movie. Twister was a great movie. Now I gotta rewatch that.
Green Six said, "Remember, I need to read 2 chapters of Moby Dick, so I did that, and I got through chapter 6 of The Lost Continent. This was a scary chase chapter." Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
And see, she loved Addie LaRue as well. Loved it, 5 stars. Want to read it again. If it wasn't for the audiobook, I probably never would have made it through. But I
Oh,
listened
the audio was so good.
on the audiobook. But I knew going into it, it was not for me.
Right.
That's fair.
That's why I think I say, although I gave it 5 stars and loved it, I can see why people wouldn't like it. If it's just like not your thing, or like the going back and forth and whatever, a lot of things I could see why people wouldn't.
Absolutely.
One
Absolutely.
that's kind of on my side. I wouldn't say hate, but I definitely didn't like Addie LaRue. Nancy says, Jessica and me too. Definitely a reread material. I thought her prose was beautiful.
I just thought it was
And
such an interesting
I'm not
story.
big on flowery prose, maybe. But
I don't notice things like that.
I don't either, really. That's why I'm like, so maybe I don't, because every time somebody says, "It's got such pretty," and I don't like it, so I'm thinking, well, maybe I don't like pretty writing.
Did you?
For me,
read
it's more
Night
like,
Circus?
oh, this sex scene is written real well.
Did you read The Night Circus?
I hated that one too.
That's very flowery writing too, so that's just probably not for you then.
I might have to put that on my list. Maybe I'll like it.
Jessica Lynn says, I tried reading Schwab's Addie LaRue. I read Gallant for a Second Chance Author and loved it, so I'm going to try City of Ghosts series, which is middle grade, so maybe I will like her middle grade. There you go. And Hannah says, 37 tonight for me and possibly Frost. You can just have all of that and keep it down there because I don't want it to. And I love Addie LaRue the first time I read it. Hated it with my second read 6
That's
months later.
hilarious.
Apparently, I'm divided all by myself.
That's hilarious. I love it.
That's great.
I love it.
That's funny. Okay, so I am going to do a reading sprint till 45, and then we can kind of wrap it up because I told Dad I'd try to get done around 8 o'clock-ish.
No problem.
Good.
So
Sounds
happy reading, everyone.
Happy
reading.
So how did everybody do?
I did good. I got another chapter done.
Cool.
You're on mute, Tiffany.
Mute.
I got 2 chapters done. I'm at 21.
I made it to 51%, so I'm halfway through this book.
And you still liking it?
Yes, very much so.
That's awesome.
I finished Empty Smiles, and I can see where people, it did kind of just felt like it kind of chopped off at the end, and it was just like,
Mm.
it needed, I would say it needed at least maybe 25 more pages to just kind of wrap things up like nicer instead of like being like so quick and like ending. But I did like it though. I'd probably give it like 3 stars. It's probably the lowest one of the 4 because of that, but I don't think it deserves 2 stars because of that.
Listen, 3 stars or lowest, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I do think if you get creeped out by clowns, that it might creep you out. I could see that.
Okay. La 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 la.
Yeah.
It did have some creepy clowns in it, so. And then I got to page 118 on my zombie stone, so
Excellent.
so not too bad.
Good progress.
Nice.
See, Hannah, I'm not a hoodie person. I'm not like sweatpants
Oh,
person, and I don't like the big bulky socks either. So, see, this time of the year is just not good for me. I don't do sweaters. I
Hand
don't-
knit socks, baby. Hand knit socks. I live for this.
I don't do like those big bulky sweaters or any of that stuff.
Oh,
I don't like wearing jackets
Mm.
and things like that. So I like it whenever it's weather where I can just like wear my t-shirt and I don't have to worry about anything. When I have to start putting jackets on, then I don't like it. I do have some long sleeve t-shirts that I'll break out for it. And then once it gets too cold for that, then I'm like,
Well, there's just
Yeah, it's 48 degrees here, and I'm in shorts, so
Woo!
and a t-shirt. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
but you're one of those
it's-
that
Almost 80 here, and I'm in a blanket.
yeah, I meant to live in the north, so
I got the same weather as you, Lee, and I've got the electric blanket on the bed.
I'm like, I'm gonna open a window. I'm like,
But my excuse is I've got bad circulation and I'm on blood thinners, so I am always cold regardless.
there you go.
Green Six said, oops, that should have been Wings of Fire series, the book that I'm reading. Okay, for the middle grade. Okay, so I don't think I would have known the difference. Except for if I would have looked it up and been like that. Don't look like middle
You'd
grade.
be like, what?
We show my colors. I did add
What you gonna do?
Of course.
It's like one
I
of those
think like
course.
Jessica Lange.
hated. Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet, but I probably will.
It's I didn't realize how fantasy it is. Like it's witches and there's unicorns and trolls but yet they're calling Uber cabs to go places. Like I love that too. You know what I mean? Like
Which book is this?
what you gonna do?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
all these
a
fantasy characters living in our world. Which
yeah.
I
That's what I was
love.
gonna say. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they got their own little.
Yeah,
thing,
it
but-
doesn't sound scary. It just sounds like fantasy and fun.
Yeah.
It's not. And
Yeah.
it's funny and it's very sexy too. I have to say that. It's
I will
there's,
have to remember that one for my friend Barb. She was wanting some Halloween romances, and I was trying to pick some out for her. And I told her, I said, Heather Graham's Crew of Hunters.
You guys love that
Yeah.
series.
She's
Yeah,
like,
I would say that.
she's like, isn't that a long series? I said, yes, but just think of it this way: you will have plenty. You will never run out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She's like, that is true. I said, and if you're not if you're not one like me that has to start at the beginning and work their way down, I said they don't really have to be read in order and everything. So I said, you could just find one that you think sounds interesting and read it. And she goes, but I can't do it because I'm just like you. And I was like, okay. So I was like,
Another series, if you want to give her a recommendation, Heather Graham did the Flynn Brothers trilogy, Flynn. The second book takes place in Salem at Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The The other thing I was going to say was her name is Brie. Her channel is called In Love and Words. She's
Yes.
all romance. She just put out a spooky season TBR, and she has really good romance recommendations. Her channel is all romance, so that's
It's
that's a
called
good
what?
one to check
In
out.
love, in love, and what?
In Love
In
and
Love
Word.
and Words.
Let me look it up. But yeah, I was like, man, when it comes to like romances, I'm especially because she likes contemporary over historical, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a question for like Sarah. I don't know.
I'll let you know at the end of this month when I've gotten through a lot of these witchy romances.
Yeah.
She likes the X Hex, so I
The
told her like
X-Hex
the
is
second
really
one.
good.
I said the second
The-
one is out. I
The
think.
sequel is out.
Okay, In Love and Words.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In Love and Words. Her name is Brie.
Okay.
She just put out a spooky
She's
season
so
TBR.
sweet.
She is so sweet, and I added it to my watch later, but I was just thinking about it because she has really good romance recommendations.
Mhm.
Says, Storm, have you read The Scary Godmother Omnibus? It's on Hoopla and would work well for the Halloween readathon. It's really cute. No, I have not. I'll have to write that down somewhere.
Storm doesn't have enough books on her Halloween Halloween
Right.
tween. I'm just adding words TBR. So there you go.
And there we go. Okay. So we have, I love the Bromance Book Club series. So excited for the Christmas one out in November.
Yes, I agree.
Is that the ones that look like the beards are on the front and they're
No, that's
Like-
the Winston Brothers series.
This
No,
looks
those
like a
are one, like-
pair of jeans with a pocket.
Yeah.
oh, okay? Yes. I know.
They
what
got
you're
like a
talking about.
romance book in the back pocket or something like
The
that.
Winston brothers. I read the first one and I wasn't a fan. I thought I would love it because it had
See?
what I mean.
The first
I mean,
book
it just made sense that I would love it, but I did not.
the first book was okay. It was like the Winston Brothers got its stride in books 2 and 3, like when you get to Cletus's story.
Okay,
Fantastic.
maybe I need to. The twins, right?
No, the Cletus, the guy who's kind of geeky and
Okay, I need to. I need to read book 2 because I. Anyways, yeah.
give it a
A
try.
way to distract me is always hockey. Anybody?
Yeah.
I know. He's like,
You are
make,
right.
make note of that, Melmac. That is the way to distract.
Hmm
It's like dangling a carrot.
Also, if you want to see a not so friendly happy Tiffany, watch her watch a hockey game.
I think I told you guys this, but my husband found a shirt that said, "I'm the nicest person you ever meet till you sit next to me at a hockey game."
That's you.
I could see that too. Yeah. It's just I always think it's fun, like when it's hockey season and she's hosting, but she's trying to watch the hockey game at the same time, and like she'll be talking, and all of a sudden she's like,
I
"It's
can't.
like we lost her to the hockey game."
Yeah. Yep.
I can't
See,
wait.
that's why baseball is great. It's so
Wait.
slow. You could not watch it for 20 minutes and be like, "Oh, they're still pitching. Okay, we're fine."
Yeah.
And Jessica says this time of the year, I always watch Jack Nicholson and Witches of Eastwick. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Did any of you guys watch Hocus Pocus 2?
No.
Okay. Are you planning on it or are you just totally against it?
I'm not against it. I just don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not.
same.
I'm not totally against it. Maybe if I'm like bored and I'm like, oh, let's try it or something, you know. But yeah, I know somebody did in the Discord and they didn't like it.
My
I watched
sister-in-law
it.
watched it. She said she enjoyed it.
I watched it with some friends from like grade school. The three of us watched it together, and it was okay, but nothing can beat the original. I mean,
Right.
No.
it just So
Somebody, I don't remember who it was, didn't like it and everything, and said they should just never watched it. And I said, well, did you go and watch the original to wash it out? I mean, all else fails. Watch the original again. That way, you know, it's like.
Get it out.
Mhm. Cancels it out.
And Nadine says, I did read Isn't It Romantic? Is it a guy doing the guy voices in the audiobook? I didn't like it when female narrators just deepen their voice.
No, it's a dude who
100%
narrates the entire series.
100% agree, Nadine.
Mm-hmm.
I like when they're for the audio. I like when they have both voices, like they have a female and male reader, or two male, whatever it is. But
Mm-hmm.
Hockey's a distraction to Tiffany, like squirrel might be to Kairu. Like that.
Agreed.
absolutely, I can't even fight
Jessica
that.
says that it's not sure. I don't read those on audiobooks. I started the first one, and the steamy seems weird on audiobooks.
Agree.
Especially when narrated. That's the one time. Especially when narrated by a guy. It's kind of like I don't know about
Yeah.
this.
That's what the like fast forward button is for me. But
Yeah.
it's like I don't mind listening to them because the fast forward I go fast. Oh no. Oh okay, now we're done.
My Killer Vacation. What happened? The book is over.
Yeah, that would have been me if I was listening to it on audiobook. It would have
How to
been
take
like,
a 10-hour
that was
audiobook
so
down to a
quick.
3-hour audiobook.
There you go.
I finished it in one day.
Yeah.
So on second thought, I'm saying good night. Okay, good night, Nancy.
Hi,
See
Nancy,
you
you're
tomorrow.
probably long gone.
Yeah. And Nadine says, I prefer reading versus audiobook. My brain does all the voices just the way I want them to be.
True.
I'm really enjoying the first story in Halloween Husband.
The first one is actually my favorite of the three.
Says, hi everyone, just got home reading A Haunted Halloween by Patty Minnie.
Excellent.
And Nadine says, from romance to a cozy mystery, I'm going to start Partners in Lime of Brie Baker #6 and Seaside Cafe. Not getting much Halloween or Victober things read like I thought I was going to. Yeah, and I was like so going to participate in like Victober, and then I'm like, I got too many other things to read.
I did it the last 2 years in a row, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Well, I was thinking it would be cool to read like a nonfiction type, like about like the clothing, like the Victorian era, because I think that kind of stuff is interesting.
Yes.
But I'm like, I just don't really think I have time to fit it in with everything else. And I never participate in nonfiction November, so maybe I'll do it.
That's a great idea.
For that. So.
I've got recommendations if you want them. We'll talk later.
Nice.
Yeah, because I like those kind of nonfictions. I cannot read things like self-help or how to be better at this or that. But if it's like historical kind of things or true crime, things like that, I can read.
Oh,
I can't remember the title. It's on my shelf. I'll have to pull it and show you. But it's set in Victorian times, and it's a nonfiction, and it's as if you as a modern woman were dropped into Victorian England, how you would have to live, what you would wear, what you would eat, what you would do. It was fantastic,
Oh, that sounds cool.
Nice.
and it's funny.
I think I remember you talking about that
Yeah,
book.
I think I might remember that too.
Yeah.
Teresa O'Neill is the author.
It says, looks like I'm having a mood reading October. That's fine.
That's fun.
I'm mood reading all my Halloween stuff I got. It's like, which one do I want next? Because I know I won't get through them all. It says, good evening, everyone. I'm reading The Ghostly Groundskeeper by Catherine Daly.
Oh, nice.
Pat wanted me to ask about a series. She had sent me a thing. Oh, she put it below. Okay, never mind. There's one more below where she asks.
Oh, okay. And Karen says, hi, everyone. Tonight I'm reading Green Banks by Dorothy Whipple. I'm really liking it. And so Pat says, has anyone read the Notorious Murder Mysteries by Reagan Davis? And I've not ever heard of that, but it sounds really cool because I just like the
Right.
name.
That's what I said. I hadn't heard of it either, but we have a lot of craft lovers, so maybe somebody's read it.
Yeah, don't forget the thumbs up. Thanks, Pat. And it's at 87%, read 12. Oh, Mel Mac, you read
Nice,
12
Mel.
pages.
Oh, Mac.
And it says 90% going to sprint into Discord to finish the book. So,
Nice.
Nice.
Makes sense.
98 pages,
Good idea.
14%, 47%.
Wow.
Nice.
Working on my list for shopping and errands tomorrow.
Fabulous.
I should be doing that.
That is something that I'm going to have to do once Dresden gets the all clear and I can actually leave the house.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Hey,
Fingers
Cozy.
crossed. My aunt called while we were on live, and I seen she left a voicemail, and I listened to it, and she's like nice. She gives me grief about my dogs because I've had a lot of dogs. But she's like, I just wanted to call and see how Dresden's doing. I know she's your fur
Aw.
baby, and we
That's
were
sweet.
thinking about you. So I was like, yeah.
That was very nice.
It's like my aunt. She's like, one of those rough kind of people, but she's actually really nice too. So
They usually.
Yeah.
Cajun says, OMG, my reading spreadsheet tab comparing beginning to current number left per series got off by one, and it took me.
Oh, no.
to find it. Oh.
Oh, that would give me a,
Jason! That's horrible. I'm glad you found it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Made it to 137 pages of Butterfly. Almost finished it. Almost.
You're almost there, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm misspelling, so my VLOOKUP was not picking up when. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a bad thing whenever you're doing that like spreadsheet lookup thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If it's got a misspelling. And Cozy says, Tiffany, did you order the Kindle Paperwhite on sale for $99 for ebook yet?
I
know
actually
you
was
love
just
it.
looking at them earlier today, and
And
was
that's like a
okay.
really good price because they were like $140. So.
I think mine cost 150.
I haven't read on it. I had a tablet. I had a Galaxy, but it's gotten where it's not very usable anymore. It's old now. I'm like, okay. And she had said that the other day, so I was looking at them.
It is time to upgrade.
I know.
Just push the button. Auto click. Buy it.
I'll buy it. Well, I'm not going to pay for it, but I'll hit the button for you, Tiffany.
And I thought it was Amy that had watched Hocus Pocus too, but she didn't like it. She was not a fan. Hannah says this weekend she is. It looks cute. It's for kids, not for adults.
Yeah.
Well, when we watched the first one, we were kids.
Very truly.
Yeah.
I watched Hocus Pocus as an adult, so it's for adults too.
I watched as a kid, but I know a friend of mine had never seen Labyrinth. And I mean, Labyrinth I watched as a kid. And then rewatching it as an adult, you're kind of like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things like that. I was like, man, was I
Right?
bad. Yeah.
But a lot of it, I think, is like technology too has come so far. If they was to like do a Labyrinth today, it would be so different than like
100%.
and stuff. So
Yeah, well, that's true because mine, that one that I always think of as the never-ending story.
Yeah.
You can actually see the strings,
Yeah.
with the dog hanging
Did
there.
you see what they could do? So why don't they remake something like that and leave like the good stuff alone?
That I mean,
That movie scarred me where he's giving him the giant needle. That's the only thing I remember from the
Mhm.
Neverending Story.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica said Hocus Pocus 2 was cute, but it's not as good as the original. But there was an after credit scene too.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she said, yeah, it was me. We were talking on Discord about liking Hocus Pocus. I thought so. And Cozy says, I did see the promo trailer where Sarah is riding a Swiffer mop and Mary has a hoof on her shoes. Steamy scenes don't bother me. Sometimes I'm like, good for them.
Good for them.
And I guess it just depends to how steamy, like how it is to me. I don't like a lot of like the dirty talk stuff, which is like all of My Killer Vacation.
Yeah.
Overload
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, it was a little
much.
bit of overload. So
I'm like, there's a killer. What are you doing? There's a killer.
I'm
And then,
doing something I enjoy. No,
like
I'm gonna die.
Hannah texted me and she goes, I didn't know there were sex scenes in years. And I said, yeah, but they're done very well, don't you think? Because they were done very well. I didn't mind them in that. It was done very well.
It's okay, Cairo. I know.
Melmac says, I'll have to watch Hocus Pocus 2 if I'm forced to against And then they were talking about something like the Claws coming out, or they were making the Claws. So
Yes, they're redoing that movie.
I don't know.
Wait, redoing which movie?
The
Santa
Santa Claus.
With Tim Allen.
Oh, I didn't like it the first time around.
See, I love those, and I'm just not. Why do they need to do never ending story.
Yeah.
They need to do that dog justice because I watched it as an adult. It was terrible.
I think the only thing with Labyrinth that David Bowie was Labyrinth. I mean, he made the
He
show.
was. Yeah.
And so I don't know if they could get the same,
You
if they
couldn't redo
casted
it. You
somebody
couldn't.
else.
You couldn't. There's no way. There's no way.
They could upgrade all the like CGI stuff or whatever.
I like the puppets. I like the dog riding the dog. I always wanted one of him, like a stuffy with his fancy hat.
And Cozy says on Hocus Pocus 2, Mary is riding a Roomba bot in the trailer. And Jessica says, I don't mind it with a woman, but a man audio a woman is weird. Yeah.
That's true.
I think both of them are strange, but I get what you're saying.
And Hannah says, yeah, that is weird. I usually listen to women narrating. Okay. And it's different. It's way different than tablets, yes. Do it, Tiffany.
Peer pressure.
Succumb to the peer pressure. It's weird. I still, as an adult, I love Labyrinth. Yeah. It's been several years since I've watched it, so I don't really remember a lot about it. I just know the David Bowie singing.
And the main character
We
name is Sarah.
watched Hocus Pocus 2 this weekend. It was fine, but not near as good as the first one, of course.
That absolutely it was,
Which
it
I think
was
would
good,
be
it
that
was
way
cute,
with
but
any book, any show that you really, really like. It's no.
oh, Hannah.
Me either, Hannah. Me either.
Really?
They
You've never
both look
seen Labyrinth?
stupid, even as kids. No, yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Did you ever
Wow.
watch The Dark Crystal?
I've never
never
even
seen
heard of
that.
I've never seen it either.
I never even heard of it. I don't know.
And Garrett makes fun of me because I've never seen
You like
Goonies.
Muppets and you never seen.
And I told you I don't like Muppets. I don't like Fraggle Rock. All of that was
Wait,
stupid.
Yeah,
wait.
Frank-
Hold the
No,
phone.
I don't. I said what I said.
Back up the train.
Nope.
Did you just say I don't like the Muppets?
Yep. I think Kermit the Frog was one of the most annoying things of my childhood. I said it.
No, that would have been Miss Piggy.
Just as annoying.
Tiffany's gone.
She's like, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah, didn't like them. Didn't like Fraggle
You
Rock.
broke Tiffany. You broke Tiffany.
See, but my favorite Christmas movie of all time is The Muppets Christmas Carol. It is the best Christmas.
Love all the Muppets.
You know, I watched that for the very first time.
Muppets
last
Most
year.
Wanted is amazing.
No, I grew up with The Muppets Take Manhattan
Yeah.
and The Great Muppet Caper.
Great. And Muppets Treasure Island, Muppets
I've never
Most
seen that one.
Wanted, Muppets.
Is the Muppets Treasure
the
Island the one
astronaut
with
one?
Tim
Muppets
Curry?
take
I was
Muppets
like-
in Space. Those were
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
I did like the Muppets Christmas Carol. I thought it was a good balance of like people and like the Muppets. So
It wasn't until I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens that I realized how closely that movie followed the book. I'm not kidding, and I'm not making a joke, but literally line for line, they
yeah, it
really
they did
kept
really
true to
well.
the book. Except for the whole pig and frog thing.
Tiffany needs peer pressure so she doesn't read on her phone and hurt her eyes.
True,
But then
Tiffany.
we'll need to teach her how to set it up.
Okay, Cozy, we'll figure it out.
So that's a big part of it. And I always have a book with me, whereas I don't really carry my tablet. And,
Maybe you could have it sent to Cozy. She can set it up for you and then mail it to you afterward.
Yes, Hannah was sending me all her thoughts on yours, which was good because she really liked it. I like it when somebody likes something that I really like because I'm always like, oh, they're not gonna like it. As they're making it into a Santa Claus series on Disney.
Okay, okay.
Still, I don't know. Because then they want to modernize it and do all these things to it that I don't want them to do. Melmac, Amy, it's not weird. Every year I pick a weekend and watch Dark Crystals in the Labyrinth. At least somebody I know has watched Dark Crystals. And nope, never watched Dark Crystals.
I haven't heard of it.
I've never watched any of that. Yeah, and then they come back and they made a newer version of it, but I watched like one episode and I was like, yeah, maybe I'm not so into this anymore, but I like the original one. I like the LOL, she's gone. Never watched Labyrinth, didn't like Never Ending, even as a kid. I didn't watch Dark Crystal, I did watch like Dark Crystal and liked it as a kid. Loved Fraggle Rock.
That's
I
all
love
that
Fraggle
matters
Rock.
was Fraggle Rock.
No, that was the worst thing ever. No.
I don't really remember much about Fraggle Rock, to be honest.
Down in Fraggle Rock.
Tiffany is throwing non-cozy hand gestures. Love the Muppet Carol.
Yes, Hannah. Thank you.
But my
Yes.
favorite Christmas movie is one that almost no one that I know of has seen. And I can't remember the title of it, but it starred John Lithgow and Dudley Moore. And John Lithgow played this evil candy guy.
Isn't that the Santa
the
Claus?
Santa Claus, I think.
Yeah, I think it's
It
called
came
the
out in
Santa
the
Claus
80s.
the movie.
Yes, yes. That thing was epic.
I like
And
that.
to this day, I can't look at John Lithgow without seeing him as being an evil. Like when he was on Third Rock from the Sun, I'm like, no, he's evil. He's an evil man.
He's an evil man. I liked the guy who played the Santa Claus in that show.
Yes, yes.
He made a really good Santa. It says, "Oh, I love Sesame Street too. The older episodes are some of the best."
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll video chat with her how to set it up. See, she is going to go through it all for you if you just buy that.
Click the button, she's got you.
I grew up with Sesame Street. We literally had Cookie Monster cheers for cheerleading.
That's amazing.
We love Dark Crystal. It's a family favorite.
I just looked it up. They look terrifying. I would not watch this show.
They were kind of spooky.
Yeah.
It was so hurt when I figured out Mr. Rogers' little train that went to the land of make-believe was working by him and didn't move on its own. I felt it for weeks because he lied.
So we had a TV show up here. I think it was only up here. And it was something, I can't remember the name of the show now. But one of the characters would, and then this other character would show up. And it took me forever to realize it was one of the other people going off and putting on the costume and coming back. And when I realized that as a kid, I was so disappointed.
Oh,
Amy seen it too. She said she loved that movie.
Yes. But some people look at me, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's definitely an old school one.
Yeah, the big thing I remember is like the one kid is homeless and the rich girl takes him to McDonald's because it was like the 80s. I'm like, oh, you're going to McDonald's, like.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't even think it comes on to very many. Like, don't play it as much.
It's rare. It's
Which
rare.
I hate that. I mean, they should play all the old school Christmas movies during Christmas time instead of the same ones over and over.
And not just White Christmas 87 times.
Yeah. I mean, I love White Christmas, but I watch it on Christmas Day usually, and then I'm done.
Okay.
Give all the Christmas movies a chance.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's the same with like Hallmark.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you bring back some old school Hallmark Christmas movies so we don't have to watch the same one that you just came out with this month
Yeah. That's what they show you.
20 times? And it said, did you see the Age of Resistance, the Dark Crystal? I think that's the one that I was like watching, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I really care for it anymore. We had a cat named Gelfling. I think that was off of probably the Dark Crystal. And Jared says, Melmac, yes, not as good as the original, but not a bad storyline. AMC has great Christmas lineup. I have not even looked. But I have seen that Hallmark starting their Christmas on October 21st.
I saw people already putting up Christmas decorations. Like Halloween
okay,
isn't
Lee.
even here. Halloween isn't even here. Halloween's not even here. You could do a cute Halloween. It doesn't have to be scary.
No, I have fall stuff out. I'm just teasing. But
Yeah.
I would keep my Christmas tree up all year if could be. So
Well, I think it's okay to keep your Christmas tree up if you theme it. This month it's this. This month it's that.
I
You
have a
just don't keep it
coworker
as
who does that. Yeah, like at Valentine's Day, she has all
Yeah.
hearts and pink
Yeah.
lights and stuff. Yeah.
My
that kind of
grandmother's
stuff.
retirement home has one.
She's
like
like weird they don't play old school, old Hallmark movies, but they
Yeah.
usually I think the latest I see them go back to is like 2015 sometimes, and then they only play it like maybe once, but then they'll play like the ones from last year and then this year like over and over and over and over and over. It's like I know you've got
Another
you guys
good one was
been
One Magic Christmas. I never see that one.
What was
Yeah.
it?
Came out
One
in
Magic-
85.
that was with that's with Harry Dean Stanton, right?
Yeah, the guy dies, and
Yes.
you know,
I love
it's
that
sort of
one. It is like one of my absolute
my
favorites.
mother's favorite.
I love that one. I love Christmas Story, but 24 hours on 2 channels is a bit much. Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
It's like, does people really like it that much that they watch it all day long?
I don't get it. I mean, I mean, it's a fine movie. I'm not saying that, but I don't.
I've never seen it.
They are making a sequel, just so you guys know.
To the Christmas Story?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you were saying that. I'm like, I've only really seen parts of A Christmas Story because it just never really interested me, and then the parts that I saw, I'm always like, so I've never watched the whole thing. Costco has their Christmas stuff out. I'm sure Walmart probably does too. The 25 Days of Christmas used to play a wide variety of different Christmas movies when they started. Now they're okay, the same ones over and over. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What it is Hallmark has to outdo Lifetime. So if Lifetime bumps theirs
Right.
up, then they have to bump theirs up. Because last year I got totally like mad because there was supposed to be one more a mystery, the crossword mysteries, and they cut it off and they decided they were going to do it like the next year because they had to up their Christmas because Lifetime upped their Christmas. And all.
Well, and there's a new channel that Hallmark's really competing with.
Yeah, the
Great
GAC
American-
family.
Oh, yeah,
GAC,
'cause of
yeah,
Candace
Great American-
Cameron Bure.
Yeah, 'cause that's where Kansas. Yeah, she went.
Yes. Great American Family or something like that.
Kevin's not there. It's nothing stopping you from all your history.
I had it up until he came home in June because we didn't do Christmas since he left before Christmas.
Aww.
It was really funny. I mean, he knew. I mean, he wanted, but it was funny because when I would have like people come in to like repair or anything like that, they'd look over at the tree and like try not to stare at it and be obvious, but you could tell they always wanted to ask me, and I'm like, I just thought it was funny.
It's like just ask me. Don't just stare. Ask me. I'll tell you.
I had mine up in here for like, I think until almost February, and we were still working from home at that point, so we were doing Zoom calls. So we had a Zoom call last week with our manager, and she goes, "Sarah, your tree isn't down, or your tree isn't up." And I said, "Well, maybe I just haven't put it up yet."
There you go.
It says right 6 times of Elf is too much. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I can't stand Will Ferrell.
See, and I was saying that's like the only movie of Will Ferrell's that I can tolerate. Like I don't mind. I can watch it, but I only can watch it once and only every few Christmases. It's not like something I watch all the time.
Yeah, I'm not. It's
I've
okay,
never seen it
but I'm
because
not I don't get the hype, but I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
My favorite is Home Alone. I mean, of like
Die Hard,
Movies.
best Christmas movie ever.
There you go.
Yes.
What?
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard.
Die Hard.
Oh God. Oh, for Pete's sake.
That is definitely a Christmas watch. Yeah.
Oh, for Pete's sakes, Cairo.
And it says they have the same 3 actresses on Hallmark for 10 years.
Well, now that
Come on,
that
Cozy, they
Candace
have
is
a lot
gone,
more.
there's going to be a big controversy.
So there's, those ASMR channels, whatever. The
Yeah.
one called Calm by Nature about 2 or 3 years ago, he did a Christmas one, and it was the Home Alone house. And it even and it's like 8 hours of music from the Home Alone house. It's very cool. It was really fun.
Nice. I have to look that one up.
Bye, Pat.
Bye, good night.
She said they think there's already a sequel to the Christmas Story.
I don't know what that one is. This one's coming out this year, and it has Ralphie grown up and his brother and his friends that lived on the block.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
he's bringing his kids back to the old house to try to get them to have the Christmases that he remembers.
He hated the Christmases he did have with the little bunnies.
That was yes, that's true. Yes, but that just goes to show like what we hated back then. Like as you get older, you've completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
And
No, it's true. I
True.
just think it's funny.
Hannah says they made a musical for A Christmas Story and it was awful. And this is me, the musical lover. So
well, they
that
also,
must be
they
the
also
one.
did that for Heathers. They're ruining a great cult
I
classic.
saw that. I was like, do I want to watch that or not? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Stop trying to cheerleader it up. It was a dark movie. Like
It
let
was
dark.
totally dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also made Mean Girls as a new musical a couple years ago. I don't know. I don't get it.
Mean Girls would have easily gotten killed by Heathers. There's no question.
Well, true. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Not a lot of Will Ferrell fans in the mix.
No. I don't know what it is about him. I just can't stand him.
He tries too hard.
Yeah, he's
way
just not
too
funny.
hard.
Every time I see him, I think of that one skit that they always did in Saturday Night Live where he's the cheerleader guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, everybody. So we got on a tangent of Christmas here, and
sorry.
I need to wrap it up. So, Lee, do you have anything coming out on your channel soon?
I do tomorrow. What is it? I don't know yet. So don't ask me. Ask me last.
Ask you last.
I have to look.
How about you, Tiffany? Do you have anything?
I have my wrap up coming out on either Thursday or Friday.
And Sarah?
I got my wrap up coming out tomorrow, and as we were discussing, ladies, the next sprints will be Thursday at 7 instead of Wednesday at 7 on my channel.
Starting this week.
Starting this week, yeah.
Okay.
If that's okay.
So
That's
this
perfect. I
Thursday,
started
not
making
Wednesday, this
sure.
Thursday. Yeah.
Tomorrow's my October most anticipated reads video.
Oh,
Ooh.
excellent. Yay. I always like to see what you usually have thrillers. What is it this time? Is it
I
not
think it's a
thrillers?
mix of a few things.
Mix.
So
Nice.
I will have soon, hopefully, have my wrap up for September, but
Excellent.
to wait till I get back up here where I'm up here.
Okay, baby.
Doing all that outside, I was getting bit by mosquitoes.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Was not good. Okay, so thanks everybody for hopping on here with us, and we will see you on Thursday, 7 o'clock.
Yes.
sounds
You
good.
got it.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Storm. Bye, everyone.